So after news came out of Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin agreeing to fight, Gervonta trainers, both Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis, they came out stating otherwise, that the fight is not happening on the Rise podcast. Here is exactly what they had to say. Check it out.
Everybody talking about that Frank Martin stuff. I said, no, ain't happening.
Huh?
Ain't happening.
Al Heyman ain't said yet.
I'm going to tell y'all the whole story. What's his name? Dad is talking about it. He heard about it. That's all. And it was in the air a long time ago. Remember I talked about it, Kenny?
Mm-hmm.
It really happening yet.
Yeah, because they talking today like it was like signed and sealed.
No, it's not happening. That name did come across the tape.
Yeah.
It's not happening yet. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain things that Tank don't want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, you know, Senior, when you kept asking me, I say, that name did come, but it's not happening, you know. It's other things, you know, but other things involved with it and whatnot. So, yeah.
Wow.
Unless something changed when he sit there and say, no, that's not happening, you know. I'm getting that it's not happening.
Listen, at the moment in time, Gervonta just needs to get back in the ring. He hasn't fought for over a year after coming off the biggest moment of his career by knocking out Ryan Garcia. Now, before you guys start assuming that the Frank fight is in jeopardy or is not happening like the trainer said, well, Gervonta came out checking his own trainers for not being on the same page with him, let alone on the same book. Tank responded to a fan who said, "Hey yo, Gervonta, tell Kenny and Calvin to red light the talk they be doing on the internet. It's becoming too much." Gervonta said in response, "I've been trying to tell these ninjas that, but they won't listen. Ninjas got too comfortable with getting money." End of the quote. Well, based off Gervonta's response alone, I could tell you that the Frank Martin fight is happening. And according to my inside sources at PBC, the fight is going to happen. So only God knows why Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis said otherwise. I mean, the way I took it, this is no difference to when they flipped a coin and it landed on head, which was supposed to be Shakur. Well, apparently they haven't found that coin since, because apparently the magic trick is in the coin. Perhaps they need the coin to make the fight come to fruition. That lost coin looking like the precious Lord of the Ring at the moment in time. Only God knows what they be talking about. Remember when Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis said that Gervonta sent Devin Haney a contract? Are we just going to ignore that? Like they didn't just lie to the fans straight up? I mean, whatever happened to that contract? Did it get lost in the emails? Did it go straight to the spam folder? What happened to the contract Gervonta sent Devin Haney? Are we going to pretend that they didn't lie to the fans time and time again? I want you guys to notice how Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford has done like 1 million interviews and no real reporter has asked them, whatever happened to the contract you guys said Gervonta was sending Devin or sent Devin? So is everyone Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford doing interviews with are on their payrolls like you guys say about Bill Haney? Because one thing for sure, Bill Haney get asked the tough questions. Two things for certain, Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis, they never get asked the tough questions. They can lie all day and no one will ask them any real question. That's why they got comfortable saying lies like this, since no one is checking them on it. No one is holding them accountable for the things they say, such as Gervonta sent Devin Haney a contract. We all know if this was the other way around, they would have had asked Bill Haney 1 million questions on that. So who's really on whose payroll? Who's really doing their job professionally, unbiasedly, and who is being biased? That's as clear as daylight.
Dion say, has Tank sent Devin a contract?
Yeah, and then he went up to 40.
There go your answer.
This is why Gervonta said what he said. I just know one thing. Gervonta needs to get back in the ring as soon as possible. And like Calvin Ford said, the Frank Martin fight is a really good warm-up fight. That's what Calvin Ford called it. I think it's a little bit more than just a warm-up, especially since Gervonta is coming off a long layoff. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, Calvin Ford can call it a warm-up compared to a Devin Haney fight. If Gervonta is looking to fight Devin Haney this year, this is a warm-up fight compared to that, in order to get back active and stay sharp for a Devin Haney mega fight. However, don't get it twisted, Frank Martin is a live underdog. Gervonta cannot sleep on Frank Martin. And even though I would love to believe the idea Gervonta wants to stay active, then fight Devin Haney later this year, however, if he was going to do that, then he would have had to strike the same deal with Devin Haney that he did against Ryan Garcia. Remember, Tank agreed to a 2-fight deal. Gervonta first fought Hector Garcia in a stay busy fight, a warm-up fight, then he fought Ryan Garcia after that. Gervonta could have did exactly that with Devin Haney by fighting Frank Martin first, then agreeing to fight Devin Haney after that. Therefore, I don't know if Gervonta wants to fight Devin Haney anytime soon, even though he said he's looking to retire real soon and he wants to fight Devin Haney and Shakur before that. If that's the case, what's the holdup? Especially when Devin versus Gervonta is the biggest fight in boxing today, and by far Gervonta's biggest payday. Gervonta was complaining to Eddie Hearn because Eddie didn't offer him $25 million to fight Conor Benn. I told you guys that type of money, that offer, and even more money than that, is only on the table for Gervonta to fight Devin Haney. That's it, that's all. So if Gervonta fights for the money, why is he not fighting Devin Haney for the biggest bag? One thing for sure, the Frank Martin fight is going to get us one step closer to that. Two things for certain, the pay-per-view sales on that fight is going to determine who Gervonta is going to fight after that. Because if they do poor numbers, Gervonta is going to be forced to listen to the fans and deliver the fights that the fans want to see. And that's the Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Lomachenko fights. However, if Gervonta versus Frank Martin fight does extremely well on pay-per-view, selling more than Devin Haney versus Ryan fight this year, then you best believe Gervonta is going to continue doing exactly what he's doing right now. Meaning, we're not going to get the Devin Haney, Shakur, and even the Lomachenko type of fights this year or anytime soon. With that being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So, Coach, in your perfect world in 2024, what would you like to see for Tank?
24. I want to see the unbelievable. I think the fight that we probably see is Tank's fight coming back, warm up. I wouldn't even call it warm up. It's a fight. I don't call fights warm up. Come back, get back in the trenches, see where we at, see how that fight unfold, and then it is what it is.